Understanding the happiness of solitude. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's video. Today we're diving into a very intriguing topic, the hidden happiness of being alone, as taught by the Buddha. In this modern world, we often believe that having friends, being surrounded by people, or forming strong social bonds is the key to happiness. But what if I told you that you can find true peace and contentment, even without being surrounded by a circle of friends? Buddhism offers a profound perspective on this, teaching us that we can live happily even without friends or social connections. In fact, the Buddha himself spoke about the joy of solitude, showing that being alone does not mean being lonely or unhappy. In today's video, I want to break down this concept and explore how we can embrace solitude to achieve a deeper, more fulfilling kind of happiness. So, let's get started. Chapter 1. The Common Misconception. Being alone is unhappy. For many people, the idea of being alone can bring discomfort or even fear. We've all been taught that friends are essential for a happy life. We see it everywhere, in movies, TV shows, and even social media, where people are constantly surrounded by friends or family. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that if we don't have a group of friends, we are somehow less worthy or less happy. In school, work, or even at social gatherings, there's this constant pressure to belong, to have someone to talk to share moments with. And when we find ourselves alone in such settings, we can feel like we're on the outside, like we're invisible, or even worse, unworthy. However, this belief that we need constant social connection to be happy is a misconception. Buddhism teaches us that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation or the presence of others. In fact, the Buddha emphasized that one can achieve a state of peace and contentment while being alone. Think about it. Many of us have probably enjoyed being alone in private moments, watching our favorite shows, reading a book, or simply taking a quiet walk. There's a unique peace that comes with solitude, and that is something worth exploring. Chapter 2. Buddha's Teaching. Happiness is found in being alone. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is that true happiness is not dependent on other people. The Buddha himself lived a life of solitude before achieving enlightenment. He spent years meditating alone, away from distractions and societal pressures, until he achieved the state of nirvana. The Buddha's journey shows us that happiness is not something that comes from having others around you, but rather from understanding and embracing your own mind, emotions, and thoughts. The Buddha's famous quote, "One should live alone, without attachment, like a rhinoceros horn," speaks to the value of solitude and spiritual growth. When we are constantly surrounded by others, we can lose touch with ourselves. We may begin to seek approval or validation from others, rather than learning to find peace within ourselves. Buddha's teachings encourage us to embrace moments of solitude as opportunities for self-reflection, meditation, and inner peace. It's about finding joy in our own company without the need for external distractions. Chapter 3. The Dangers of Seeking Validation from Others. In our society, there's a constant pressure to belong. Whether it's in school, at work, or even on social media, many people seek validation from their peers. We want others to approve of us, to make us feel important, or to boost our self-esteem. But when we rely too much on others for validation, we set ourselves up for disappointment. The truth is, no one can provide us with the lasting happiness and contentment that we seek. Only we have the power to cultivate that happiness within ourselves. If we constantly seek approval from others, we may end up feeling disconnected or isolated, even in a crowd. Buddhism teaches us that the key to happiness is learning to let go of our attachments, whether it's to people, places, or material possessions. We must cultivate self-reliance and find peace within ourselves. When we can truly enjoy our own company, We no longer need the approval of others to feel fulfilled. Solitude becomes a source of strength, not weakness. Chapter 4. Finding Peace in Solitude, the Buddhist Way. So, how can we begin to embrace solitude and find happiness in it? The first step is to stop fearing loneliness. Many people are afraid of being alone because they associate it with feelings of isolation, emptiness, or sadness. But these feelings are often rooted in the belief that we need others to feel whole. Buddhism teaches us that we are already whole, just as we are. Solitude is a powerful tool for self-discovery. It's in these quiet moments that we can connect with our inner selves and reflect on our true nature. Here are some practical steps you can take to start finding peace in solitude. Practice meditation. Meditation is a key practice in Buddhism, and it's an excellent way to embrace solitude. Through meditation, you can quiet your mind, focus on the present moment, and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference in your sense of peace and well-being. Engage in self-reflection. Solitude provides the perfect opportunity for self-reflection. Take time to think about your goals, your values, and your desires. Reflecting on your life helps you gain clarity and can lead to a deeper sense of self-awareness. Cultivate gratitude. In solitude, it's easy to become focused on what we don't have. But practicing gratitude can shift your focus to what you already have. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether it's your health, your home, or the simple joys of life. Embrace the present moment. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is to live in the present moment. We often worry about the past or the future, but true happiness can only be found right now. When you're alone, use the opportunity to connect with the present moment, whether it's through mindfulness, nature, or simple acts of joy. Chapter 5. Real-life examples. Buddhist figures who found happiness in solitude. To understand the power of solitude, let's look at some real-life examples of Buddhist figures who thrived in their moments of solitude. One of the most well-known figures in Buddhism is Siddhartha Gautama, who later became the Buddha. Before achieving enlightenment, the Buddha spent years in solitude, meditating and seeking the truth about the nature of suffering. His journey shows us that solitude isn't just about being alone. It's about connecting with the deeper truths of life. Another example is the famous Japanese monk, Honen. For many years, Honen lived in isolation, seeking wisdom and understanding. He faced many challenges along the way, but through his solitary practice, he achieved enlightenment and became a guiding figure in Japanese Buddhism. These figures show us that we don't need to be surrounded by others to find meaning or happiness. Through solitude, we can tap into a deeper sense of understanding and spiritual growth. Chapter 6. Conclusion. Embracing solitude for a happier life. In conclusion, the Buddha's teachings remind us that true happiness comes from within. While social connections are important, we must also learn to find joy and peace in our own company. Solitude is not something to be feared or avoided. It is an opportunity for growth, reflection, and inner peace. By embracing solitude and practicing mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection, we can cultivate a deeper sense of happiness that is not reliant on others. Remember, happiness is not found in the company of others, but in understanding and embracing ourselves. So, the next time you find yourself alone, take a deep breath and remember that this is your time to connect with your true self. Embrace the solitude and let it guide you to a deeper, more fulfilling happiness. Thank you for watching, and I hope today's video has inspired you to see solitude in a new light. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into Buddhist teachings and how they can transform your life. Until next time, stay peaceful and stay mindful.